Welcome to our third session, which I called Anchor, because that's what I'm going to talk to you about today. And to tie in with the theme of Anchor, the theme of this session would be how we anchor into the sacred rhythm that holds you beyond this moment. So beyond this moment, as I talked to you about in the previous videos, first I started with sound to awaken that call within you to come into inner stillness. So that was awaken. And then we spoke about align, where I talked about the breath being another powerful tool to bring you into alignment with your true self. So welcome, like I said, third one. This is the third video. So just a quick recap on my journey to where I am today. I started with sound, as I mentioned in the previous video. Grew up as a classical Western musician. Started with piano and then went on to flute. Still play them today. But having met or discovered the yogic principles, the Eastern philosophies, I started looking at sound, at music in a different way. Then I started to perceive it as sound before music. And then how I came to use sound in my work today. And then along with sound, breath came, and breath to me was such an incredible way of creating that inner stillness. Because if you have sound and you just listen to sound and you listen to it and you follow it into the silence, and the silence, what's left is silence, but you are breathing through the silence. So breath is a very important tool. As I said with sound is one of the most effective and easiest and incredible tools to get to the transformation for inner stillness. So the same with breath. Breath is also one of the tools to transform yourself and to connect to that inner stillness within you. So from a musician to a medicine man, using sound and breath as medicine to start a path of healing. So we'll get into that a little bit later. But okay, so anchoring your practice. So first I want to go with that in terms of how old patterns and beliefs keep us from anchoring this practice. And if you look at it, community plays such a vital role in all of these beliefs. Maybe some of the beliefs were told. You've heard people talking about it and you started to believe it, however you want to perceive it. And community, I forgot to mention that with community, throughout my path of this growth and using all these tools, teachers played such an important role, and these teachers were part of my community, being it parents, being it family, teachers, school teachers, lectures, or even when I did courses and the teachers in a course, all of them played a part. So that is part of your community. So community is there to be a mirror at times, or it can kind of like guide you into a direction, but if you're not willing to take that go into that direction, you won't. So yes, but they are there to give you options. Okay, but going back to the old patterns, the beliefs. In my newsletter, I think for the past 2 weeks, I mentioned 2 or 3 beliefs now and then just to bring it to light. So I'm going to do 10 with you now to show you how it ties in with community. The first one was, there's a saying that people say, oh, if I just fix my external problems, I will feel better inside. So if everything around you is sorted, then I feel fine, then I feel calm. Well, guess what? That's not how it works. Peace is not a product. Listen here. Peace is not a product of perfect life. It's a practice of presence and awareness, even in chaos, even in the storms. That's when you need to find that inner stillness to guide you through the storm. Another belief where they say it's selfish to focus on myself, others need me. Yes, they do. But have you ever poured water from an empty glass? Maybe not. But yeah, you have to fill your cup first before you can pour the water out of your cup. The same, if you don't focus on yourself, on healing with yourself, how can you be there for others on their path or guide them? It's not selfish to choose yourself. That is where the work starts, with yourself. It's sacred, and you can't pour love from depletion. You can't give if you are burned out. You might think you are giving, but perhaps you are just, I don't know. It's something for you to really feel into and tap into yourself to find how you feel before you give. What's your intention? Are you just want to be seen by doing things for other people, or are you really caring about them? The other one is, I'll do the work when life slows down. Well, sometimes life will not slow down. You just have to make the decision. Today is the day I'm going to practice. So even if you just take 2 minutes to connect to yourself, that 2 minutes will have a ripple effect in your life, and you will notice it. It's not in your face, it's subtle shifts that can happen. So those 2 minutes will eventually grow and grow and grow to suit your needs, your path, or your will suit your development or your walk on the path, you know. So don't let that keep you from walking the path. There's a belief that calm is earned only after chaos. And like I said earlier, to navigate yourself through the storm, you need to connect to that inner guidance, inner wisdom to get you through the storm. Stillness feels lazy or unproductive. Wow. Rest isn't laziness. It's a resistance to a world that profits from your burnout. It's basically the same thing about the cup. If your cup is not full, how can you pour water from your cup into another cup for someone else? The other belief is that they say, I'm just not the calm type. Well, there you go with labels, trying to label everything. Not everything in life is about labels. And it's not a personality trait. Calmness is just, it's a way of being. It's a practice. Another one says, my space or home isn't zen enough to feel space. Again, you're looking for outside reasons. Having the perfect surrounding doesn't mean that you are calm and peaceful. No. Your stillness is found inside of you. And how do you access that? Breath. You know? If it's not working instantly, it's not working well. We are bombarded by social media, ads, TVs, radio, quick fixes, billboards, fast foods. Everything is at the tips of our fingers. So when you are really looking at a transformation or a change, you want it to be now, and you want to see it or feel it. But there's a difference. Healing and curing, there's a difference. Healing is where you focus on subtle changes, long-term growth, things that really, really transform over time. Curing is when you cure the symptoms. When you take that grandpa panada or whatever for a quick fix, that's curing. And I'm not a medical doctor, so I'm not saying don't never go. When you need it, you need it. But I'm talking about things that are trivial. That's not really, you try to avoid what is coming up for you over and over and over. Sound and breath and a reflection of your life is a way of being. It's a lifestyle, like diets. When you want to lose weight and you want to start living healthy, you're not going to take a diet for 2 weeks and then go back to the way you were. No. If you want to change something within your life, it's a lifestyle. It's a way of living. And again, the healing is on subtle level. It's not a quick fix. It's not fireworks. It's not sparks. Not sparks. It's subtle shifts that happen within you. Might not be physical and people might not see it, but you will feel it. And you know what? Eventually it will ripple out so that people will start seeing it. They won't know what it is, but they will notice something has changed. I don't have time. People are so busy. But you know what? If you don't have time to focus on yourself, how important is your self-healing and yourself to yourself at this moment? If you don't have 2 minutes a day of just doing nothing, and then people will say, yeah, but I can't just sit around and not doing anything. Well, you're not meant to run around the whole time and lead a life of burnout. You need to take a breath and find that inner stillness, that calmness, because you need that intuition, that inner guidance to guide you through this physical world. Or the other option is burnout. So again, it's a life of choice. You have the one option, and if you have the other option, it's your choice which one to take. And no one can walk this path for you. You have to do it yourself. So with that, community is your container. That is who we interact with. It might be friends, it might be family, or enemies, people that you don't, not as much as enemies, but people, that are challenging and challenges you. Look at them as mirrors. What am I supposed to learn from them? What is it here to teach me? So your community is your container. Your practice is your anchor. So with that, I just would like to invite you to take a moment where you are and just find a place where you are comfortable, not being disturbed. Switch off. No, if you're watching this from your phone, don't switch your phone off. You can't do that. But anyway, but just get the distractions out of the way. And then you can maybe sit in a chair or sit on a floor. But if you sit on a chair, maybe have both of your feet on the floor, both hands on your laps, and just gently close your eyes. And then take a deep breath in through the nose and exhale through the nose. Make the exhale longer than the inhale. Let's do that again. Inhale. And exhale longer than the inhale. Let your shoulders relax. Drop into your hips. Relax your chest and just notice the rise and the fall of your belly. As you're breathing into your belly, not into your chest, but into your belly. And just feel that natural breath. Make sure your exhale is longer than your inhale every time. And notice how your breath is calming your system. Take another deep breath in. And exhale. Again, return to your natural breathing, focusing on your belly, focusing on relaxing your shoulders. Let them run down your back. Breathing in and out of your belly, through your nostrils. If you feel your mind's wandering, and just then bring it back to your breath. Just to those sensations in your nostrils. And then take a deep breath in and sigh out. And then gently opening your eyes and welcome back. So, with this, I would like to introduce you to my membership, Pilgrim of the Path Circle. I am using 4 pillars with this membership. I'm using sound, I'm using breath, and I'm using journaling, reflection and contemplation, and then community. Those are the 4 pillars in my membership. I'm looking for few spots for my founding members that will walk this path with me and help me create this membership, because I want it to be there for you, not for me, for you. So that's why my founding members will guide me, and we will work together so we can build this membership. So it's a strong foundation for all those that are on board and involved, that's the word. So, founding members, very important. And there will be, not perks, I don't like the word perks, but there will be advantages in the financial sense of word for them. You know what, if you're curious, please just go onto my website, first page, you'll see there's a space for you to enter your details. It says count me in, so you will go on my priority list. The heading is join the journey. So you get on my priority list, and I will be notifying my priority list when the card opens, when it's available to go on there and invest. So I can't say to you when it will be, but that's why I say go onto my priority list and you will be notified of it and you'll be the first. If you have any questions, feel free to reach out to me, give me an email, visit my website. My email address is thomas@homeofblisswellness.com. My website is homeofblisswellness.com. Go on there, and like I said, if you have any questions, give me an email or send me an email and I'll send you the details. I think that's about it. And like I said, if you're not ready yet, there's a free resource on my website called Stillness Toolkit, which you can go to. There are 7 videos that you can watch, and then if you feel like you want to deepen your practice, you can download the workbook for free that's taking you through these 7 days. And I think that's about it. And that is and that's closing off the 3 videos, Awaken, Align, and Anchor. I thank you from the bottom of my heart for joining me on this journey and being here with me. And I really look forward to work with you, to see you, and to accompany you on your path, as we all are pilgrims of the path. So take care of yourself, be kind to yourself and others around you. See you soon. Bye-bye.